like, hey Squamish! Hey Squamish, my name's Sarah McJanet and I'm a planner with the district. Okay. We're excited to bring out a discussion draft of the official community plan. This plan weaves together the inputs that we've received to date. In phase 1, you told us about your visions, aspirations, priorities and values as we plan for Squamish in 2040. In phase 2, you hosted pizza parties and kitchen table conversations about emerging policy directions developed for the plan. We're at a really critical point in the process, and we're inviting you to come back together with us to review the discussion draft to make sure that we're on the right track.
So the OCP is the district's highest level plan. And it's adopted as a bylaw by the municipality. It acts as a blueprint for the future of the community, and it ends up being referenced by the district council, staff, community groups, businesses, and members and landowners of the community. The OCP is the vision for the next 25 years of the district. It's intended to use a series of goals, objectives, and policies to help us achieve a livable, healthy, resilient community through an evolution and land development process that's going to occur as time goes on. The plan addresses a broad spectrum of topics such as growth, land use, hazard management, housing, community and childcare services, employment lands, parks and recreation, environmental protection, transportation, community health, municipal and development services, economic development, and much, much more.
People think of it as just sort of a policy document, but really it helps council to understand how people want to move about their community. So do you want a car-based community or do you want a walkable neighborhood? You know, the OCP can help us define how our kids get to and from school, where we put employment, those sort of things that actually matter to people. How compact do we want our neighborhoods? Do we want more apartment buildings or more single-family homes? All of these things can be provided as feedback into the official community plan. And so when you see those opportunities to come out and provide that feedback, we'd really love to know what you want for your neighborhood and for your children, because that's who we're really planning for. This is a 20-year document. And so what is it you want your children to see when they're living in Squamish 20 years from now?
One of the things that I hope to see in the plan is a contemplation of finding the right balance between how do we create recreation opportunities for a growing population and a growing visitor population, and really understanding what those assets are today so that we can plan appropriately to use them in the years to come, and really find that balance between what we're going to develop and what we're going to leave pristine and protect.
I think Squamish needs a movie theater and more trees to climb. I want a giant water park.
The plan must protect key employment lands. Squamish needs sustainable economic growth and local family-supporting jobs well into the future.
The OCP is important for the development community because it gives us a blueprint to build sustainable, accessible, and integrated residential communities.
I'm Nick, and I think the most important thing for Squamish's development is probably the environment, because we live in such a beautiful place and it would be a shame to wreck it.
I'm Lauren, and I think it's really important that we look towards what the youth want, and there should be more things around Squamish that we can do.
Connections. Connectivity of trails, of course, is important to us, and so having our trails be able to flow through, but I think trails allow us to connect with each other. When you're moving along a trail, you're much more likely to, greet and interact the people you pass, as opposed to us being locked up in our cars. It's one of the reasons why Squamish Trail Society is strongly promoting trails in the new OCP.
My name is Michelina Hunter, and food policy is important because it means food security all throughout the food system, from production, farms, fisheries, through to producing, and then all the way to healthy, accessible food for neighborhoods. The OCP needs to prioritize including food lands in our area so that we can produce food locally.
The OCP should ensure affordable housing for future generations.
I think that
Squamish should focus on improving the transportation system, especially for people who don't have cars or can't have any vehicles.
I think the issues that we want to see our official community plan address include affordable housing, access to affordable childcare, transportation, enhancements to our medical and healthcare systems, including affordable and safe access to mental health and substance use services, transportation, and economic development that ultimately paves the way for employers to pay a living wage in our community.
It's important for the OCP to be planning for seniors housing in terms of aging in place. That's an important aspect right now so that we reduce our costs of healthcare services. But at the same time, as people's health deteriorates, we've got to have supportive services for them, and also recreational services to keep them good and healthy.
One thing that can be done in the OCP that can't be done elsewhere is look at the town in a holistic manner. When you do environmental assessments on individual properties, you're looking on that individual property. So when you're looking at issues such as wildlife movement corridors, you want to look at the whole town as an entity rather than just individual parcels.
First of all, I think the OCP is really important to any town, but in particular ours, because without an OCP, without a plan, an official plan, then we're a bit like a ship, a rudderless ship. So I think it provides us, the community, with direction of where we're going, where we need to go, what we need to do to get there. In terms of services that we provide, working with homeless folks and working with people with mental health issues, addiction issues, the OCP provides a framework from which we deal with all of those issues in our community.
So we're in this very important part of the OCP, the Official Community Plan process, whereby we are looking for the community's input on what we've got right in this plan, where we need to still make improvements. We want your feedback. It's really important in the process to make sure that we're ground truthing this with the citizens of Squamish today for the future. So make sure you get involved and provide your input, because it really is valuable.
Check out our 12-page summary of the OCP discussion draft. The draft will be available on our website. It's a work in progress, and we're looking forward to hearing what you think.